I'm driving and it's really rainy here and my reception might be a little fluky. But if you want to open up a space now, CC, and do your live share of your screen, I can open both windows and safely talk with you. We can figure out what do we want to do on this next little episode. I do have a space, BC, right around 4 o'clock. I don't think I'll shill in the beginning of that space, so if I'm a little late to it, I'm not too concerned, but it's going to be a mega space. And anybody that wants to, listen in or whatever, that's cool. But it'll be sometime after 4 o'clock.
All right. So in Telegram, you can share a screen in Telegram because I'm streaming right now. We have the X's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can share your screen.
Don't bother sharing it in the Telegram, BC. Just drop your link in the to me in DMs, and I'll share it in the Telegram.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'll get people viewing your space that way.
Let me see here. So it's always just VC Crypto Nation. Let me get you that. So I sent you the one link. I'll send you another one that you can always post. All right. So let's go in here, guys. Welcome in. What we got? Wednesday. Nice Wednesdays. Good time to look around and take a look at everything that we have going on out here. Let's see here. So for us, it's just looking at accounts. Let me pull up decks here. Let's see here. All right. Nice little pump here on Ninja. Okay. So the basics here is from the feedback that we're getting from the community in the show, inside our brainstorming, good feedback as far as people learning and getting educated. Like I said, we're taking this back to day one type scenarios. So it's walking through a process and a steps, right? So today, want to kind of do a simple breakdown of how to just separate your bags and what we mean by always investing the same amount of bags, right? So one of the things that we want to focus on is basically, and I'll show you guys here. Let me pull up a calculator on Google. And it's the simplicity of understanding that, this is a game of what we call law of average, right? Law of average is simply, it's like flipping a coin, right? It's going to be heads so many times, and tails so many times, right? There's always a law of average, right? It's like doing something so many times. What's your percentage of winning, right? So you have to think of it like this. Your goal is to invest into 100 meme coins, right? And during those 100 meme coins, you need a very simple system to allow you to take advantage of the system, right? And this is where you have to kind of pay attention. And what we mean by bags is your same trading amount, right? So if you're investing in meme coins, you want to build up your trading bags, and you want to get yourself to where you're, what a beautiful buy signal here. And you want to get yourself into a situation where you're taking the same amounts, right? So what I mean by that is, let's say meme coin system, right? It's a very simple thing, right? So number one to a meme coin system is the same bag amount every time, right? You're going to build up your bags. So let's say you have
Hey, VC.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt you for
Yeah,
a second?
go ahead.
are you not sharing your screen with anything right now?
So I'm live
Yeah, I
on.
haven't seen that either.
So I'm live on Twitter right now. Where do you want me to share
Yeah,
it?
but you just well, you have a standard space open, so you don't have anything visual going right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So on Twitter, the space. All right, let me see. All right, and that's for.
You probably need to open a video space.
All right, let's see here. All right, so inside this space, I can put a video space in here. Because it should be on my Twitter. It should be streaming on Twitter. But I can.
So you need to open up the other type of space. So you opened up a regular space, and you don't have your screen being shared in it.
Let me see here. Okay, so there's two sets of. So the let me see here. More settings. All right, so I can open up a space that shares video. All right, let me end this space here, and let me open up a different one here. All right, settings, create your space. Okay, you want recorded space. Is that what you want?
Yeah, recorded or unrecorded is fine, but you need the one that has a video option. So under the options of the space, you can open a live recorded video space. Now we're talking. That's perfect.
Okay, yeah. Let me there we go. All right, I'm gonna start another one right here. All right, so this one we should be able to share, right? And this one's being recorded. Picture in picture, is that what you want?
Yeah, now we're good. I can see it now.
Okay, you can see my screen now?
Yes.
All right, and so can you see this right here? Let me pull up. Can you see the calculator?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see the calculator and you can see my trading view right now, correct?
Yeah, when you switch it around, we can see it.
Okay.
But we can't see both at the same time.
Perfect. Okay, so this is just the meme coin system, right? And this is just a trading system. It's very simple. Same bag amount every time. Build up your bags, right? So say you have 300 bucks you're starting off with, right? And you don't want to. And this is something where people have to understand. It's a constant adding to what you're doing, right? So if you have a $300 and you're like, okay, next week I'm going to put another 300 bucks, right? You have to consistently put money in. Or if you only have a situation where you just have $300, right? You don't want all this in one meme coin because if you lose it, you're out the game. So you always want to divide up at least 3 bags, right? Which would be 3 bags of $100. Because you want 3 opportunities to put yourself in a situation where you can at least survive a meme coin that you have to hold for a longer period, or a meme coin that, you know, it takes a real bad dip and doesn't recover and you end up losing on there, right? So number 2 is yeah.
VC, I think you flip-flopped again, man, because your live recording for me disappeared, and now you got a regular space open again.
Let me see. me copy this real quick. Let me end this space here. All right, so now that I'm out of all spaces, I'm going to start a new space. I'll create a space. We want it on recording. We want talking about this. And start now. All right, I'm going to give you a link to this one.
You're still opening it, and you're still opening it incorrectly, VC. You still just opened a regular standard space.
Let me see if it does.
Yeah, however you have been previously opening spaces, like the past few times we've done this,
oh, okay, yeah. So I haven't done. I wasn't doing like you're talking about earlier, like the last couple days, right?
Correct.
Okay, I wasn't open spaces. What I was doing, I was just going live on Twitter.
Yeah, that's all I'm talking about. Go live on Twitter and then
okay.
share that around.
Okay.
That's the best method.
All right.
Because it gets a lot of after views.
Yeah. Okay. So here, so that's just VC Crypto Nation. So head over to VC Crypto Nation, and you should see, we should be live here. I was going to say that's
that is perfect.
All right, so now we're live. Now we're just live. There's no spaces. This is just being live on X. All right, you got it. You're live. You can see it. There we go. Okay, so we're live here. Perfect. All right, so now breaking it down, it's just surviving the basics, right? So let's say you have a $300 bag. If you're going to put $300 each week into meme coins, then you can put yourself in a situation where you're doing increasing a lot faster than normal. But I would still break down 3 bags of $100, and then I would take 3 different projects, 3 different memes, and I would invest $100 in each. And every single time that I invest in a meme coin, it will be the same amount of $100, right? So step 3 is very simple. You want to take profits when you get into the levels of 50% gains. You want to take out those gains, right? And essentially what you're doing there is you're saving yourself a scenario where you're just recouping the money that you're putting in so that you can continue to play this game, which is just the law of average, right? Which is just finding a coin that's going to explode, because you need to get better at finding coins, finding communities, finding things that are going to move. And you need information to find out which of these coins are going to be the best situation. And the rule of thumb is the bigger the community or the bigger the influencers, if you get in early, that's what happens. And then all those coins will take a dump eventually, because shillers and influencers do take profits. Jeets do take profits. So you have to keep that in mind, that your goal is to continue to take profits, right? So I like to take out, to be safe, when you have a 50% gain, so $100 turns into 150, you take out just the profits, 50% gains. Now you have half of your initial investment, right? So you're protecting your initial investment of the $100. And what that allows you to do is just continuously have the ability to invest and keep trying, right? So that way, let's say if you have 2 bad memes here, you only get $50 out of 2 of them. Now you're down to $200. but you take another 100, put it in another project, and eventually you're going to get a project that's going to take your $100 and it's going to, give you 50%, and it can do a 1x, a 2x, etc., right? So your goal is to start learning how to, manage your bags, right? And you should be able to. It shouldn't be that hard to get. I mean, we were in a meme coin last night, which wasn't that great, but I think ASHOCK, what'd you do? You did a double on that coin last night?
Yeah, I got entry number 3 on it, and I threw like a half a soul at it, jumped right out after a double up.
Yeah. So a lot of times the game is just to, depending on how you're investing, is just to double your money, right? The key to this is compounding profits, right? Using profits to get more profits and build your bags, right? So the goal here is to, number 4, your main goal is to really see a double up, right? To a 3x, right? And you have to set these goals because you have to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Otherwise, you end up holding for dear life and you're looking for the 100x. And normally that ends up with you being, down 50%, and then you're stuck in a project that you have to wait for.
Then you become a community member.
Right, then you become a community member, right? And your goal is to put yourself in a situation where you get your double up and you're getting a double to a 3x, and then you want to become a community member, but you want to use profits, right? So once you have your double up, right, and you have your $100 and you got your initial out, and then once you have your initial, right, that's kind of like the key to this, right? Once you have the initial, then we'll put this as number 5. And number 4 here is kind of playing the initial. So once the initial is out, house money becomes community member, and you can let ride a little bit more. All right, and this is just basically every 50% take gains, right? And then your goal is to get to where you see a double up or a 3x as you're taking out these 50% gains, right? Now, number 6 is once, and this is what we talked about, the momentum or the hype slows down, or the volume, right? And this is where, last night ASHOCK took profits because he noticed that the volume had slowed down, right? Then you take out 50% of your entire bag. Okay? Now what you're in a situation where once you have your entire bag out, 50% is left in there. And you're gonna leave, your 50% of the entire bag, and you're gonna leave what we call a moon bag. Right? A moon bag is just a bag it's like just crumbs sitting in a project that could explode, could do something. If you realize the meme coin is not getting, building a community, not getting followers, not growing on an X, and it's just a coin that someone launched and there was some hype, right? You shouldn't even be in these coins anyways, because there's no.
I think too, moonbag for people make things could change, and you don't necessarily have to have a little moonbag. You can leave something in there that's pretty substantial in hopes that it goes to the moon. And I know people that have made money early in projects that they'll scrape $9,000 and then they leave $1,000 behind, and that's their moon bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've doubled up and taken profits, so it doesn't necessarily have to be crumbs, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah. No, that's what I was saying. So this is where you have to have a little more, as you move forward, Nobody knows what's going to spike. Nobody knows where someone's going to get capital. No one knows where someone's going to get a backer. So this is where the beauty of taking your initial out allows you to then have what we call house money, which is the money left in the project that you're watching go. You're hoping to continue to take profits on until volume slows down, and then you want to take 50% out because there's going to be a dip, right? And this is where you leave your little moon bag. Now, once you see the dip come, and if that dip has some recovery and it has some, growth coming to it, this is where you decide, is this a community that's growing? Is this a project you like? Is this something you can see doing more? Because then what you want to do is take some of your profit and you want to, increase your moon bag a little bit, or maybe a little bit more, to where you feel comfortable saying, okay, if this goes to zero, I'm all right that I lost it. So let's say you put money in and you're up, let's say a basic, a 2x, right? Let's say you doubled your money. So you got your initial out, your $100 out, you have $100 in profit. When you get out of the project, you leave, you're up $100, you take out 50%, so you leave $50 in the project. So currently you have your initial, you have your 1x, and then you just sold out 50% of your whole bag. So you have an extra $50 and you have $50 in the project. And the project dumps down and you're sitting around and you're watching it for a week, or maybe, a couple days, or a week, or maybe even 10 days. And you're seeing it and you see the momentum start to come back where the community's growing. They're talking about it, they're shilling, and there's a nice little dip, and you say, you know what, I like this community. I think I'm double down on my moon bag. So the $50 you left in there, goes down to like $30, maybe $20. And you're like, you know what, I'm going to put my $50 that I took out back into there, right? That leaves you with your $100 initial, your 2x, your other $100 profit, and you're just putting back the 50% that you took out at the end. And you're putting it back in, and you're saying, I'm going to increase my moon bag here with this extra money, and I'm happy with that. Or maybe you like the project so much you go, you know what, I'm up $100, plus I have $50 from the final takeout. I'm going to put the entire $150 back in, and I'm just going to keep my initial out. So I'm going to break even with this project, but I'm going to leave this $150 in there. And that's where, that's something where you start to learn communities and projects that you think are going to do well, and something you're going to be around and watching, right? And that's where you've seen the other, videos where ASHOCK has communities like Dougie and all these other communities that he likes, that he's staying around, and that he's getting into. And that's where you would put all your profits and that little extra you took out at the end back into the project on the bigger dip. And now what you're committing to is breaking even with this project and leaving a moon bag. And this is where every time the project does a 1x or 100% gain, this is where you would simply take 20% profits moving forward. Okay? So after you commit to your moon bag or your full moon bag, then you take 20% profits every 1x, right? So every 100% gain, right? And really what you're doing there is you're just slowly siphoning out a little bit to build bags, and the rest is staying, right? So that is a very simple system to get you in a position where, you should be able to see out of those 3 projects as you're learning what you're doing, you should get a 1x, you should get a 2x, right? The basic, the minimals, right? And what that allows you to do is, as you build up these bags and you get a 1x and you see that you're $300 at the end of, let's say 10 trades, you have a $300 surplus. So now your $300 has become $600, right? And this allows you to turn around and say, you know what? Let me increase, right? So once you see that, now once you see what's called a double up on your account, on your big bag, which is your full bag, you then start to add to your initial bags. Go from 100 to 150 per trade, right? So now you should have 3 bags of 150, right? And then every single time you double your bag, you increase again, right? Then you go to $200 a trade, right? And what you're doing is compounding profits to get yourself in a situation, right? Because the realization is, you know, at the end of the day, you could put $200 in a project and it could do a 10x, right? That's $2,000. That would allow you to take your bags and start to increase them, you know, even more, like putting $100 per bag. So turning your 150 bags into 250 bags, right? And you just stay on this course of compounding, because remember the goal, right? And this is what you have to remember, right? Remember the goal is 100 memes to 100K, right? Meaning that if you stay consistent with not losing money, and you stay consistent with simply taking the $100 and go ahead.
Now, mind you, the amount of coins that get released every day, same. So, 1,000 meme coins, you know, even 100 meme coins might sound like a lot, but the amount of meme coins that are released daily, the opportunity is there. You have to, again, some of the things we're talking about in this space is educate yourself, be able to find the ones that are legitimate, that absolutely have that opportunity in them, and take advantage of it, and do it early as possible, and take profits.
Yeah, so the next part of this is breaking down, and let me make sure I can hear you again. Do a mic check, ASHOCK.
Able to hear me all right?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. So, and this is the next part of this, right? Because this is just, first you have to have the system, right? And 100 memes is not that hard. And that's basically, you know, that's like three memes a week. You know what I mean? It's really nothing. Sometimes you can do 2 memes a week, right? And once you have the system down and the structure that you follow, this is about compounding your profits. Okay, so once you have this down, right, now you have an understanding of what you need to do and what your goal is, right? And every week you can increase your bags by adding more money, right? Another $100, right? So, you know, cutting out like $10 coffees, you know, or taking, you know, a small part of your paycheck and saying, you know what, every week I'm going to add $100 to my meme coin goal, right? Now, once you have the system down, now you need to, you know, research, right? Find the gems, right? Now this is where the real education comes in, and this is hours and hours of understanding research and how to break things down and how to find good influencers and how to find the guys who pick the right gems, how to get in super early, how to, you know, how to set alerts, how to have your noties on, your notifications. And that's the next part of this. You know, that's kind of what the ninja side is. And, you know, we have a channel inside the Telegram. Well, let me see if I can snag the telly up. So we do have a channel inside the Telegram. And the channel is actually, let me see. I think it's the trade channel. But we never really, I don't see too many people in it, and I don't think they know it exists. And you can find it inside of the, let me see. You can find it inside of the, let me go here, let me go back to Ninja. You can find it inside of the Ninja Telegram just by putting channels. And we'll post more about this. There we go. There we go. All right. So we'll post more about this as we move forward here. So inside of here, if you need to find a channel or anything like that, all you're really going to do is just type channels. And when that pops up, you're going to see a trade channel right here, right? And we'll start posting this and pinning this. And this is the trade chat, right? So click on there, and you can see this is a trade chat where we can talk about other coins, right? Most people don't realize this is here, but this is where we're going to start executing information on the coins that we talk about and do research on, and start putting it up in here, so that way we can start digging into more projects and giving people the ability to find the projects, right? Because that's the next part of it, is learning what projects and how we're trading. So last night we just jumped in a trade that was a pre-launch, went well, got a double up, got out. Simple things. But this is called the trade chat. So we'll be jumping in the trade chat so that we can, share more coins. But the main thing is having a system so you can compound. Have patience and understand the goal is very simple. It's to build this up to where you have that, right? You're not trying to make $100,000 in one meme coin. What you're trying to do is get into 100 meme coins and eventually build your bags up from $100 to $1,000 per bag, so that when you do have a meme coin that does a 5x, it's a $5,000 gain, right? So to kind of put that in perspective, right, to understand that it's not a race, you're not in a hurry, but it's very simple. So let's say that you get into meme coins, right? And we're going to say that 50% of the 100 you lose, right? You get rugged, you lose your money, it goes away, right? The other 50 trades, right? And it's very simple. Let's just say $100 per situation, and you're going to have where, let's say you find out of the 50 that are left, you should easily find 20 of those to do a 1x, right? At least, and that's a $2,000. That gets you about $2,000 on your meme side, right? Now, the next you should have in that 100 coins, eventually by building up your bags, or let's just say keeping the same $100, you should have at least 10 of them, right? That do a, let's say a 5x, right? It's well, I've seen this happen so many times. I mean, meme coins make these moves, but let's just say a 3x, right? So you should be getting a $3,000 bag just from another 10 of those, right? 2,000 from the basic 20, 3,000 from 10 of them doing, the simple things. And now we're left with 20 meme coins, right? And on these 20 memes, without, increasing your bags and just doing the $100 trades, right? Let's say 10 of those do a 5x, right? So in that situation, you're going to have a situation where you're going to bring in at least 5,000 on your bags on 10 of those decent trades, right? Now, as we start to move through this, that gives you a solid $10,000 gain, and you still have 10 trades left, right? And those are the trades that, can get crazy, can do big things, right? Those are the 10xers. Those are the ones that, run wild. You really, if you caught, let's say, one really good trade that does we looked at a coin the other day, it did 1,000 or 3,000x. So one good trade that gives you a 100x, right? And you got to realize, just on the money that you have yourself, $100, 100x, it's 10 grand, right? This is the small bag. Just by following a simple meme system and you're not moving your bags or compounding properly, you're looking at a $20,000 to $30,000 gain throughout the 100 meme coins, right? And that's minimal. So it's 30 grand just to, be involved in the meme coin scenario, right? And all these numbers the 30,000 is easily doubled to 60 grand for your efforts, because you will be compounding profits. And that's with you losing half of your bags. So this is you being a terrible meme coin investor, but by having a system and a structure, you're able to actually still bring in $60,000 worth of profits, because you're following a very simple technique. Now, the next part of this is, finding research, getting into projects, and learning how to actually execute everything that we're doing. And that really comes down to the next part of the progress, right? So that right there is a very simple system that you should be following. So if you're in the meme coin system and you're joining us on this journey, when we ask you questions, you have to be following a very simple system like this, so that we understand when we're getting into meme coins. So if I get into a meme coin, like last night, we got into a meme coin, ASHOCK, and I hopped in one, and we ended up getting a double up, right? That's just one meme coin we did. I look at that and say, okay, we have a double up here on one meme. We did what we had to do, and I just know that we could do that 100 times. We're going to double our money. And to us, that's kind of basic, because when you watch meme coins, there's always a double up as far as like getting your system set up. It's kind of like simple, right? So let me pull this up here.
Yeah, I sent you a CA project that I'd like you to pull up if you have the opportunity right now. The name of the project is Baggy. And it's another low market cap project, but the project you have is in space all the time. You hope space is very active. I know he's an builder. And I think it's a good project to spotlight, given the circumstances of how low the
Hello. Hello. We can hear you, man. What's going on, man? Who's typing? Who said hello?
Forest Knight said hello.
I'm
Okay. So we're going to pull up the project here. It's going to be Baggy. Now, this project came out, there's a couple of them, and this is where you want to make sure you're looking at the, double checking the contract. So it looks like 2 months ago they put it on Pump Fund. We're going to hop into it, and then after Pump Fund, what happens is it gets listed on Dex Tools. So then go to the Dex Tool 1, right, and it tells you that it's moved to Dex Tools. And now this is where so it took a month on Pump Fund, and now it's currently on Dex Tools. So this is what we talk about here. So if you would have got into this Pump Fund originally, even if you got in at these peaks, right, there's these peaks on the chart, and that means you had a terrible entry. And let's just go into the peak, right? This coin here on its initial pump did a 4x, right? So from its release of October 28th, 2019, there was, 30 days later, there was a pump of 4x, right? And this is what we talk about. Like every time we look at a meme coin, we're going to see an opportunity where there was a 1x, move. So you should always double your money, right? So if you're just taking the double up every single time, and you're then increasing your bags every time your big bag goes from 300 to 6, then you turn your bags into 150, right? And then you turn your 600 into 1200, and your bag becomes $200 a bag, and then $300 a bag. In a month's period, you should have bags that are about $400, and you should be doubling those bags at least 3 times a week, right? So that's $1,200 a week in profit, right? Most people make $1,200 a week working a job. And that's where you have to start putting your mindset that patience is really where the money is. Patience. Taking profits is key, right? Because the more profits you have, the bigger your bag gets, your initial trading bag gets, which means every time there's a 1x. So if you have $100 and you 1x, you make 100. But if you turn it into a $200 bag, now you make 200. So if you're making 3 trades a week on meme coins, and you take $100 and you double up, you made $300 that week. You increase your bags to 200. The next week you follow your same system. Now you made 600. You double up. Now you make 1,200. You double up. Now you make 2,400, right? You can put yourself in a scenario where you're making 2,400 to 1,200 bucks a week per week after 30 days of learning the meme coin system, right? And the patience comes as you move on in 3 months. that could easily be $2,000 to $3,000 a week, right? So if you could replace your job and make the same amount of money watching meme coins just by being patient and following a compounding system, that's where you have to train yourself. The reason why you lose in meme coins is because of you. You don't have a system and you don't take profits, and then you invest wildly, right? So this is why understanding giving up 6 weeks to learn a system and follow it correctly is worth it, because it's worth $1,000 minimal a week. You know what I mean? All right. So
Absolutely. At the end of the day, if you're not profiting, why are you even, why are you even trading?
right. So we have a, I'm glad you said that. So when you take a trading course, right? So we have a trading course that I teach. I've been teaching for about 6 years. And the very first part of the trading course is you learn how to use indicators that tell you when to buy, when to sell. And I'll show you right here on Bitcoin, right? So this is how easy it is. So you see these buy and sell indicators I have. So Bitcoin, I got a buy signal on Bitcoin, which pops up. And it popped up around this candle here, which means you would have got a notification here, right? So here's a move of Bitcoin that did 2%. Now we use leverage, which means that you're doing 50 to 100x on your investment. 50x is normally where you start off. And what you're doing here, that means that the 2% move would have gave you 50% profits times 2. So you're up 100%, right? So the goal is before you start putting money into this system, you learn how to use your indicators, you learn how to, invest, and then what you do is you start with like $20, $10, right? And your job is, we do what's called the 10 trade review. Your job is to place 10 trades worth the same amount, 10 or $20, get a 50% gain, right? This obviously did 100%, 130% gain, right? Because the system is designed to get you 100 to 200% gains every time. So taking 50%, the average or the percent of that happening is 90% of the time. So you're set up to win because you're not getting greedy. You're just taking the 50%. So what your job is to put $20 in or $10 in, take $5 profit or take $10 profit, whatever it is, 10 or $20, and your job is to win 10 trades in a row, right? Or at least 8 out of 10. And then once you realize that that's what you do, then you increase your bag from $20 to $50, and you repeat the process. And if it happens again where you're following the system and you're entering and you're making 50% on 8 out of 10 trades, then you increase to a $100 bag, right? There's no need to put money in a trade if you don't know how to trade, right? There's no point of losing money while you're learning, right? You need to learn how to trade before you invest in trading, right? And that's what he was talking about right there. Is like if you've just lost your last 5 meme coins, you suck at what you do and you need to stop doing it. You need to go learn how to do it. Right? You're not going to hop in a car, start driving 100 miles an hour and not know how to hit the brake. You need to understand how to do what you're trying to do, right? So these systems that we have in trading is very simple. They come with indicators. They tell you when to buy, when to sell, and you follow a very simple system. And you practice investing in those coins with 10 or $20. And then once you master the system of making 50%, then you increase your bag to 100, 200, 500, $1,000. Because now when you take 50%, it's 50% of 1,000 is $500, right? What we teach is as you start to increase your bags to 1,000, we start telling people take profits at 30 to once you break 30%, start taking profits right in that area, because that increases the chances of you winning 100% of the time. Because if the system creates 100% returns, if you're taking 30%, don't you think you're going to hit that more often, by not being greedy? Yeah, you'll hit that every time. And if you're doing $1,000 trade, $300 isn't bad. If you're doing, 10 trades a week, $3,000. If you're doing 5 trades a week, you're making $1,500 a week. It's a paycheck. And you limit the risk and you increase your money. And the best part is once you double up again, You can take your $1,000 trade, turn it into a $2,000 trade, and now your 30% profits are $600. Now you're making three.
And the other you part in all of this is one of the reasons methodically might catch like a bottle, and all of a sudden you have something that starts running, and maybe you get a 50x or even a 10x.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Normally,
yeah. So
about crypto compared to stocks is you're not going to get those exponential gains sitting around and waiting for them. So you literally be there in the right time. Somebody like Elon Musk can make a tweet about something that's relatively important to your project. The next thing you know, is 100x in 5 hours.
oh yeah. I mean, so the whole thing is about hitting. You want to hit singles, right? You're just taking bases, and eventually, while you're in the right place at the right time, you're going to hit a home run. And then sometimes, you'll get a 5x, and then sometimes you hit a grand slam where you get a 10x.
That's the other thing, DC, is like anybody can blindly pick something that ends up running, but how many of those people that are finally picking that one that runs are actually successful in all their other trades? And that's what you have to try to be is you have to mitigate your losses. And somebody that comes from the background prior to being crypto from doing sports, my most winning season that I was responsible at mitigating my losses. Because if you go out there and expect everything you're investing in to be the next 10, 20, 100, 1,000x, you're going to lose. You have to literally be investing in this with the anticipation that what you're investing in is already gone. But you're there and present to try to mitigate the loss of it. And ultimately, you can, like you're saying, if you can master that, gains are going to be absolutely insane along the way. You'll be way more profitable.
Yeah, you have to be in a situation where, saving your losses is, the key. You know what I mean? It's so crazy when, and I'm gonna post this here because this is the easiest way to, understand how to do this. But the thing is that learning not to lose big amounts while you're winning, decent amounts is really where the profits are made. And that's key to everything, right? And most people, they don't realize that their losses are what's actually hurting them. You know what I mean? And because if you don't have your that money when there is, it's like we were talking about the other day, right? So you're constantly putting yourself in a situation where you're looking for a coin and you start off and there's so many people like, and everyone's done this, where they'll see their profits go up, they don't sell, and then it goes down and they're negative, and then they sell, and it's like they take their bag down. So it's like, oh, I was up $50, but now I'm down 50. So now that's $50 that you can't compound to your next trade, right? The law of average is simple. If you went out there and just randomly picked 10 meme coins, right, one of them will do a 3x, right? But if you have $100 and you take a loss and you take a loss and you take a loss, and then the next meme coin, right, you have $20 in, it does a 3x. That puts you back at $60 of your 100, right? And then you go again. It's like you're not compounding your profits in order to grow. And when you do hit lightning in a bottle, you didn't have enough money in there anyways, right? So, learning how to, take smaller losses and then learning to, focus on, a system like that allows you to have the money needed when you get into a coin that wins.
I can't tell you how many times I've been invested in a meme coin, made profit on it, reinvested essentially the profit,
Mm-hmm.
watched it go slightly up, considered pulling at least the initials of that, and then didn't because I'm like, you know what, I'm already profitable on this. You let this ride, and then next thing you know, something happens. You got to turn away for 10 minutes to come back, and now you're at a 90% loss, and all the profits you gained previous to that are gone, and you're literally left. Now you're 30% down when you adjust 70% up, not even 10 minutes ago. So that's why it's important to consider what you're doing and how you're doing and how volatile crypto can be. If you're really somebody that's trying to make net gains and you're trying to be constructive with the amount of time you have, if you feel like you have to turn away from a considerable amount of time, and this isn't a conviction play, this is just a gamble or something you're trying to churn profit off of, sell out of your bag, even if it's at a slight loss compared to the giant loss you might take, unless you expect on losing that. I mean, because I can't tell you how many times I'm like kicking myself in the ass that I didn't just sell at like a 0.1% loss, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to sell at any type of loss. And I come back, and now I'm at like a 90% loss, and I'm like, oh my god, please back up to 50%, so I can just take a 50% loss. So the greed takes over.
Yeah.
To tell yourself that, like, it's human nature, like, greed is just what it is. You're like, you think of, oh yeah, I'm gonna come back, and what if it was the 1000x? Well, guess what? You really did the odds on stepping away for 10 minutes, coming back to a project that's gonna be 1000x. Those odds are way lower than the odds of you coming back to 90% of your bag. So if you have to stay away or step away for a little bit, and it's something that you're just trying to trade, then sell out of it. Don't leave in the game. You'll feel better 99% of the time, most likely.
Yeah, and that's reality. So that's it's funny because part of the system that we do in the trading system, right? So if you go to now I'll put a link here for you guys. So if you go to Linktree is just Linktree VC Crypto Nation, and I think you can go to makingtradingeasy.com. That should be up there, and that takes you over to this Linktree, right? And part of the system that we run, and it's so funny that you say that, because we're so successful at our trading system. It's because the systems work, right? There's 100 different ways to trade successfully, easily, right? And I've taught them all over the last 5 years. And at the end of the day, I realized about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, that it's not the system, it's the person. And so now what we do is we go over 10 trade reviews, because I literally have to listen to people explain that they didn't sell for profits and they held as they continue to lose, right? Over and over and over. And it's like, it's the mentality of...
Yeah, BC, real quick, and then I'm going to shut up. I'm just letting you guys all know that I'm live in a space right now, waiting to speak, so I'm going to go quiet for a little bit. In the event that I'm given the microphone, there's a good chance I'll be able to speak relatively soon. In coordination with that, the type of space that it is. So if I randomly cut you off from here and just start talking about Shinobi Ninja and a bunch of stuff, just understand that
you're in a space.
Yeah, I can't be in the Telegram listening, because if the space opens, nobody will be able to hear me. So I have to wait in the space, but I'm listening to you guys in the Telegram. So if I feel like I have an opportunity to jump in real quick like this, I will. But if I don't, and if for some reason I start loudly and it's random, it's because I'm in that space.
Yeah, then we'll get you, and post the space in the Telegram so we can join. So you guys can, if you go to makingtradingeasy.com, that'll take you over to my Linktree, right? And the funniest thing is that we spent more time talking to people and reviewing their losses or their trades to understand why they lost, right? Because every time we looked at the trade was successful. And 99% of the time, it's because they were up 50% to 100 and they didn't sell because it seemed like it was doing a 10x, right? Everyone's so focused in on a 10x win or a 5x or this big, huge gain, and that overtakes the brain when it comes to reality, right? And if you go over all the trades you made, right, you'll notice that the last 10 trades you did, you were up in profits, and by not selling, you ended up down in profits, right? And it happens every single time, But if you would have just took the 30% or 50% gains when they were there, you would have won 80% of your trades. Then you can increase your bags and win bigger profits by having bigger initial bags. So it's a very, very simple issue. It's a emotional trading issue. It's the person, right? You have to train yourself to take profits. So I put the link here. This is a $100,000 trading system for free. This comes with the indicators. So this year what we're doing is we're giving away everything for free. We're spending $2,025 on what we call a crypto mission to basically just teach people how to make money in crypto, because crypto's evolution is going to depend on all the little people making money and bringing in more people to help the market cap and make money. This is what crypto was based on. So now we have the trading system, which used to be like $5,000, the indicators that are $2,000. You get them all for free. So when you go to that link, click on that if you're a trader and get yourself set up. The other thing that we're doing, and we're going to post a little bit more about this, is the exchange BitNex. So this exchange here, when it allows you to trade on, you are now going to get paid cash back. So right now we have a deal where they're going to give us 10 to 20% cash back on all the trades that you do, and that'll allow you to get money back, right? And I'll show you a little bit about kind of like how that works. So this is BitNex. So you can just kind of like get an idea of profits that come in. So this is just a basic trading educational account, and this is where we just simply just teach trading here and how to use BitNex. And let me see the spot account. So the spot account will get transactions. Let me see. So you'll see here buy order, sell order. So right here you see how it says order referrals, rewards. These are cashback rewards that I get daily just for trading, right? So here's USDT. Here, so here's another USDT. Here's $50 just for trading, right? This is cashback, right? $31 cashback. Here's $272 cashback, right? So every day when you make your trades, here's 232, 231. So all the times these rewards. This is just me buying XRP, buying Bitcoin, making normal trades. Here's $1,000 of rewards. So what I did was I told them that, we need to be in a situation where this can be moved over to everybody. We'll show you how easy it is to trade on here. So we'll go to futures. And so now what we're going to do is when you sign up with a VIP code, it's going to allow you to actually get into cash back. So just for doing your normal trades, go over to futures, place a basic trade, put your stop losses in. They're very easy. We have full lessons on this. And I'm going to put $100 stop loss. We're going to put profit at $500. We're going to call it a day. Okay. So by doing a normal Bitcoin trade here, not only do we have the ability to make profits in Bitcoin, but I'll get cash back on this trade. So the cash back on this trade adds up, right? Now the bonus is when you post something, right? You put up your little banner and you post this little banner that says, we're up, X amount, whatever. You get a referral code. Now this is the one thing that nobody else does. What's going to happen is when you post that up and you show people your trades, when someone actually signs up using your referral link because you posted a trade and said that you're using this new exchange, you will get back 10 to 20% cash back on those people's cash back. So you will build residual income to where you can earn money for just trading and sharing your trades online. So that's something nobody else offers. We're bringing that over to the Ninja community because what we want to do is we want to create ways that you guys can make extra money in crypto, which allows you to have extra funds for projects like meme coins and things that we're into, and investing into, definitely the project that we're, a little more biased under, which is basically Ninja, right? And Ninja related type projects, right? So this way you have extra cash to put into meme coins and, you know, have the ability to earn extra money to get yourself a 1x, a possibility, but just ways to make money in crypto that you just haven't seen before, because there's so much money in crypto that everyone should, you know, learn how to make it. So what we're going to dedicate our side to is teaching people how to make money in crypto, how to make free money in crypto, because they're giving it away to everybody, and how to grow your bags from doing what you do normally, which is trading simple things, growing your trading adventure, right? And it's a very simple thing that you got to do, right? And once you sign up into the exchange, right? So all you do is you go here to the makingtradingeasy.com, you click on your BitNext exchange, and all you're going to do is create an account. It's that simple. And then once you have the account, you get us your user ID number. And what that's going to do for you, it's going to basically, once you sign up, you're going to be getting 10% cash back on your trades anyways. And we're going to have it set up in the Ninja, or you can go to the email where as we move forward, we're going to get that bumped up to 20% eventually as more people come in, 30%. And this is going to be free money. This is going to be the money that you're already,
right.
It's crazy.
It's really it's a really good opportunity, you guys that are listening in. If you have any questions regarding what we're talking about, the DM, and we'll.
It's very difficult to hear you. I don't know if it's just me, but I can't really hear you.
No, he's a little muffled. But basically, we're going to put more information together on this, and we'll do a whole video series on it. And we'll focus on that so that people have a very simple way to do it. But we're just letting you guys know, like, these are ways you can make money in crypto, and this is a system. So now the next thing is coins, right? So we should.
I just want to confirm that you guys can hear me all right now.
Yeah. You're a little muffled, but we hear you.
All right, only because I'm waiting to speak on it.
Oh, it's much better now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
that's the key to what we're doing here is that, you know, the dojo hour, the meme coin hour is really about teaching you guys how to make money in everything you do in crypto, and how to do meme coins properly, and how to find systems that, you know, you can be profitable, right? Because the whole part of being a ninja, like, you know, like ASHOCK always says, everyone's going to be a ninja eventually, is that you need to have a lot of tools in your bag so that you can be a very successful mission runner, right? You know, anytime you do missions trading or anything that you do, you need to understand what you're doing so that you can increase your profits, right? Which allows you to be a better community member because you have extra funds to put into projects, find things, and also, you know, understand that makes crypto better in a whole, because the more people that know how to make money in crypto, the stronger crypto becomes down the road, right? So it's just an evolution. So like that Bitcoin trade, the Bitcoin trade was very easy for me to do, right? You guys see here, I'm up $100 right now, right? I don't have to worry about the trading side because the indicators, they were all for buy signals, right? So here I can take my profits here of $120 or whatever, and I can say, hey, cash out real quick, and then walk away, right? And that's just the discipline of saying, let's say I wanted to do, you know, 4 trades today and make $100. That's only 7% gains, but it's simple to get to, right? So if my goal was to make $400 today, I'd make 4 trades that made 100, and then I could go out today and enjoy a nice steak dinner, pay my cell phone bill, do what I need to do, and then repeat the process the next day, right? And this is the mindset that we have to teach, because it's perception, and perception changes your life, right? How you see something. And that's the evolution of what we're going to teach here. Is there's a lot of ways to make money in crypto, but if you don't see the ways to make it properly or see how you can do it, then you're not going to make money anyways, right? Perception is key. So moving forward, you know, now that we're kind of just, you know, doing day ones, we'll start breaking down the, you know, the ability to collect cash back on your trades. We'll do a whole video on that. Today was more about breaking down the system of how to, you know, start trading with your bags properly and using the meme coin system so that you can, you know, be successful at trading. First thing you need to do is understand this system right here so that you can actually be profitable, right? The next part of this is ways to bring in more money, which we'll show you in the trading side. Those who want to go sign up for the free trading courses can. And then the next thing we need to do is, now that we have all that done, is going to the Ninja trading chat and learning where we're going to put projects that we're looking at. Like he bring up Baggy, right? So we can see Baggy had a 4x and now it's down. It's come back down. He's talking about it because he likes what they're building there. And it's the same thing. We just do reviews, take a look at their X, take a look at their telegrams. I like to see, my thing is I always look at the trades, right? I'm always looking at volume. So I can see here there's 7 buys, 9 sells. So there's some work to do there because there's no volume. But that comes down to people who can shill it, people who can talk about it, people who can bring awareness to it. And that is finding influencers and people who can call trades, people who can call coins, right? And that's where we're going to start using the Ninja Trade chat to go look at coins that we post.
And feel free to utilize it in that way. For now, BC Crypto Nation, the Ninja Trade channel was originally established because we had the aspirations of continuing to improve our trading bot, and at the moment we've halted progress on that, so we find it necessary to either continue or start over. But at the moment we're not doing that. So feel free to use the trade channel as a channel to talk about other projects, new launches, trading, stuff like that, and until further notice at the very least.
Yeah. I mean, because it's just trade chat, right? It's just people where we're talking about different things that pop up there. It's not really used because most people don't know it exists. So that's where we'll start putting trades or things that we're looking at, and that way we can talk about coins like this coin Baggy. ASHOCK can go into a little more detail about why we're looking at Baggy, and this will also be where we can post where if we're looking at new launches and new things that are popping out, right? So coins that we're looking at, things that are jumping over there, and I'll start posting coins that have communities behind it and people that are looking into it, because I follow a lot of people, and like I said, we track a lot of wallets, and it's a lot of work. It's not easy to make money in meme coins because you have to do a lot of research. But if you're in a community that does tons of research and does this daily, then you can get yourself in a situation where you're learning how to do this, and then eventually you can turn this into where you understand what we're looking for, how we're looking for it, and then you can be one of those people that like, hey, I just saw this this particular project that I want to take a look at, and I'm looking at it right now, and then we can all take a look at it, right? And as that builds, you'll realize that you'll start being an asset to the community and start opening up all the things that comes with the community, right? It's a very beautiful thing as you grow and you develop, and it just continues to go strong, right? And today was a day of just simply learning how to start your bags, how to trade properly, so that you can compound your profits. Remember, you don't need a 10x. You need to double your money, right? You need to double your bags.
And not only that, BC, right? I'd like to add that, like, it's a pretty notable day in the history of Ninja. I mean, this is the official announcing of our community taking over the project from previous full team and developer. And we have a lot of bullish things to come. Some things need to still be sorted, but at the very least, I'm completely 100% bullish, and just I have such expectations at this point because I know what I can do, I know what Sai can do, I know what this community, I know what you can do, I know what a lot of these listeners can do, and we all work together in the same direction. We outreach and we involve everybody we know, have a well-constructed plan. I feel like opportunities are endless in this project in general, and I feel like educating people in the space, though some people might be turned off by it at first, I think everybody's going to come around to it because at the end of the day, the people that are turned off by being educated are probably spiteful because they've lost if they had been educated prior to missing out. And for all the people that are now successful in trading, you really had to figure it out the hard way. Most of us at least. And this is just a great opportunity for Ninja to just extend just one of its many, call it weapons in this case. A part of its arsenal. Educating people in the space, and whether we're educating people, 4 people, 40 people, or 400 people, at least we're doing something positive. And I feel like at the end of the day, it's going to work out in our benefit.
Mm-hmm.
And crypto thing, and the bull's going to do what it does. It's going to highlight all this. And I seriously say now with like conviction that I see this project at minimum 100x where it's at now, if not 1000x, and beyond that. As far as we want to push it as a community on project, so
Yeah.
appreciate your time. I'm gonna keep listening in a few minutes, but this is probably gonna near the end of our session. Only because I'm waiting to speak in the other space and I have a couple other things going on IRL at the moment, and I don't want to be absent if you call on me or we're talking about something.
Oh yeah, you're good. So we got. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll close out the last 6 minutes with just kind of like a breakdown of what this is, because you got to understand that what we're doing right now is kind of focused in on our community, the Ninja community, and we're setting up how we're going to stream it, where we're going to put it. I mean, we haven't even gone to full production. This is just what we call a dry run, where ASHOCK and I can kind of see how to talk to each other, stream it, platforms. Eventually, this will be on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and we'll get the people. We'll get a couple thousand people up in here, and we'll build it up. So right now, what I'm doing is just trying to, we're seeing how the mics sound, getting the test runs, seeing as we talk to the Ninja community what they're learning. And we're just creating storyboards right now for what we're going to launch in the next week or so. And then we'll start going into more communities, bringing in more people. This is just a dry run where we're just talking about some basics, because we're just brainstorming on how to efficiently kick off a day one type scenario, and how to get information to people and deliver it in a way that they can go find it, rewatch it, use it, apply it, and then move forward, right? So this is just a test run for us right now. That's why we're only doing it in the VC chat, and we're just kind of like just talking to the people that are around, so we can grow it, right? So this hasn't even like really launched officially. When we do that, we'll bring in other projects, other devs, bigger communities as well. We'll team up. There'll be giveaways, all types of stuff. Right now what we're doing is we're piecing together how we can, because we're going to do this every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So right now we're just figuring out time frames, hopping on, microphones, where to stream it, best way to do it, how to find the recording, where we want to put it. So far I feel like we're going to open it up and do a live stream, and then we'll have a situation where we also have where he'll put up spaces, and we'll have the VC chat, and then we'll throw this on TikTok. It's also on YouTube right now, so TikTok will have it, and then Instagram as well, and then that'll allow us to talk to more people, touch more people. And I'm thinking YouTube, because we can answer questions on YouTube and move forward. So right now we're just going over the 101, what we need to cover, how we're going to deliver it, and the best way to set it up. Eventually there'll be a site where you can go to, and you'll be able to pull up the videos of how to do a meme coin trading bag and compound profits to 100K. Boom, that video will be there. How to get 20% cash back on your daily trades, earn $20,000 this year just for trading crypto. Boom. how to get a $5,000 trading system and $2,000 indicators that tell you when to buy and sell. Boom, right? These videos will just be on a website and a YouTube channel, and then that way you can just share them with all your people. So right now, we're just doing dry runs on how we can process this, what we're going to talk about, and then that way when we release it in the next up and coming, we'll be like really fine-tuned and sharpened. So the show that we put together, I think we're going to call it something Dojo, the Dojo Meme Hour or something like that, and we can just roll this out, and then we're going to turn this into a very big show, and have a lot of people following it, because the education and the ability to make money will be massive, right? And that's kind of what I'm known for, is teaching people how to make a lot of money. And so now I'm just putting it together with my new I'm sharing it with ASHOCK, and we're coming together because he's a guy that puts a lot of time into crypto, and he's dedicated to memes and projects and communities, and we share the same goal, which is educate the masses and watch everyone become wealthy and grow exponentially projects that are the future of crypto over the next 3 to 5 years. So we share the same goals, and we're just going to create a very lucrative platform to get education to everybody, so everyone can enjoy making profits, right? So just kind of like an understanding. We'll have it where there's a meme coin project coming out that will have residual income, which means the project will continuously have money coming into it, and it will grow and grow and grow, and it'll be basically a form of profit sharing. So profits that come into many projects that we're in will go right into this particular project. So just by being someone who's around learning and getting educated, you'll be in the forefront of something that no one's ever really seen. It's what everybody wanted to do, but they don't have the tools or the connections to do it, and we're going to bring that to this space. So it's going to be exciting. So far, I think we have a nice little base as far as like what information we need to put out there. We need to dig into the making the educational videos a lot clearer, professional, and making it so that everyone can have rewind abilities. Put them on YouTube; they can go get them, and man, that's about it. I mean, so far this week, I think we've done very well covering some basic 101s, how to raid. I mean, obviously, like look at our new raid bots here. It's pretty interesting that raid bots are going up. Things are coming in. Yeah. So I think just the educationals on everything that's going on is building stronger information as a community basis and a bottom line, and just the normal stuff. So I think that we're really doing well here. As ASHOCK pointed out, it's a big announcement here that there is a takeover to the campaign and to the project. So there's big announcements here in Ninja, and just growing the entire project. So we look forward to that, guys. Like I said, we'll be on the Dojo Meme Coin Hour. Will be every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they start at 3:30 Eastern time, and we go for an hour and a half to this time now, which is 5 p.m. Eastern. And from there, we'll be rolling into additional spaces, looking at projects, what we're investing in, and how to get our next 1x so that we can continue to make money, guys. So join. Excited you guys joined. We will grow this out. Appreciate you, ASHOCK. So far, we're getting good information on what we need to bring to the table and what we need to lay out the first week of education, and then we can dig into all the projects and make some cash out there. So thanks for joining us, guys. We appreciate you. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3:30 Eastern time p.m. to 5. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Anything to add, ASHOCK? Put the spaces up that